One of the hardest parts of planning a market is figuring out what to charge vendors. Because if you price too low, you lose money. But if you price too high, vendors may not apply. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Elle, and I create videos all about vendor markets, pop-up events, and event organizing. Today, I want to break down how I would think about pricing booth fees for a market event, especially if you're newer to organizing. I think one mistake people make is searching for what should booth fees be. But honestly, there isn't one correct answer because booth pricing will really depend on your location, your audience, your event quality, expected foot traffic, probably one of the biggest ones, and then the setup provided, and the type of vendors you're attracting. A boutique style curated event in a trendy area might charge way more than a small community parking lot market. The first thing I would do is calculate your actual event cost. Examples include venue rental, permits, insurance, tables and chairs, marketing, bathrooms, decorations or signage, staff or help, payment processing, and then you want to divide that by roughly how many vendors you expect to have. That should give you a baseline minimum. But I also think organizers should build in some buffer because things always cost more than expected. A big shift for me mentally is realizing that vendors are not just paying for a parking spot or table space. They're paying for their customers, exposure, branding, networking, and the overall event experience. So if you create a beautiful event, good marketing, strong vendor curation, and a good shopper turnout, vendors are usually willing to pay more. And honestly, vendors typically care less about the booth fee itself and more about whether they'll actually make sales. When I was a vendor selling more clothing boutique style products, I didn't mind paying a little bit more for a booth space if it meant that the customers or the foot traffic was going to align with my target audience and I could make a lot of sales. For me, I would always look out for if the event organizer was creating a lot of marketing materials and if it was more of that curated space. But that was just for my type of store personally. It really depends on the vendors you're targeting. If you guys want more organizer-focused videos like this, definitely subscribe because I'm planning a lot more content around building and hosting markets. I'm going to share all of my tips as to what vendors are looking for based off of my experience as a vendor and then also my experience now on the other side as an event organizer. You also don't have to charge everyone the same amount. You don't have to charge all your vendors the same amount. So some examples include corner booths, larger booth setups or spaces, indoor versus outdoor, premium placement, add-on electricity, table rentals, or sponsorship booths. You can also charge application fees, booth fees, or both. This is actually something that I thought a lot about when building the Let's Pop Shop app. When organizers create events in the app, I actually give them an option to either set one fixed booth price or create tiered pricing based off of booth size or location or whatever your needs are. Because every event is different. And I also have an optional application fee that you can turn on if you want to charge vendors a fee to apply. Some organizers want simple flat pricing, while others may want more premium booth options, corner spots, or different pricing tiers depending on setup. more organizers are moving towards flexible pricing structures instead of charging every vendor the exact same amount. I also think a lot of newer organizers underprice because they're scared vendors won't apply. But sometimes pricing too low can actually hurt perception. Good vendors usually understand that quality events cost money to run. So instead of trying to be the cheapest event, I would focus on creating the best experience possible. And you can use Let's Pop Shop to find vendors to invite to apply to your events too. It's kind of like a vendor database. So I'd love to know in the comments, what booth fees are typical in your area? And if you're a vendor, what makes a booth fee feel worth it to you? And that wraps us up. Thank you guys for watching today. Let me know if you have any questions at all. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.